All right, so today we're going deep into FIRE, financial independence, retire early. And, our listeners are pretty savvy. They're
Mm,
familiar with the basics, reaching that point where investments cover all your expenses and you can say goodbye to the 9 to 5.
right.
But today we're going beyond those FIRE basics.
Absolutely. Way beyond the basics.
Really going to unpack, the different approaches, the nuances, the real nitty-gritty of what it takes to make this dream
To make your
reality for people.
Yeah, because it is a dream for a lot of people.
It is. It is.
And what's really interesting about FIRE is I think it goes beyond just, escaping the rat race or quitting your job.
Yeah.
It's like a whole shift
It is. It is.
in how you think about money and work.
Yeah.
You're taking control, right?
You are.
Of your time, your choices.
It's that autonomy.
It is.
That a lot of us crave.
For sure.
And, I think when people hear retire early, they think
Yeah.
ultra wealthy. Or like you're living in a tiny house off the grid.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've been in the FIRE community for years now.
I have.
What's like the biggest misconception you run into?
The biggest one that comes up over and over is that FIRE equals deprivation.
Okay.
Like, you're giving up everything fun
Okay.
to save every penny.
Gotcha.
But yes, saving is key.
Yes.
But it's not about denying yourself every pleasure.
Right.
It's really about aligning your spending with what you have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Asking yourself, like, is this purchase bringing me joy? Or am I just
Right.
kind of caught up in,
Consumerism.
yeah, and all that consumerism? Yeah.
It's like that Mr. Money Mustache quote.
Ooh, good one.
The less you need, the more free you are.
That's it, right there.
And it's not about, everyone becoming a monk,
No.
but it's like recognizing that true freedom often comes from
needing less.
needing less.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing for a lot of us to wrap our minds around.
It's a process for sure.
It is.
And, there's the 4% rule.
Oh, yeah, the famous 4% rule.
Often gets talked about as like
The
the holy grail of FIRE.
magic number.
But it's so important to understand it. Like, where did that come from?
Right.
It's based on the Trinity study.
Okay.
And that
When
was
this was looking back at historical
historical
U.S. stock market data.
way back. Yeah, back to the 1920s.
Okay, so that's assuming a certain level of market performance.
Exactly.
And, might
It doesn't account for everything.
Yeah, every possible economic scenario.
No, and I'm sure some of our listeners are thinking right now,
Oh, yeah,
what about today's market conditions?
Right.
With low interest rates and high inflation. Yeah.
exactly.
How sustainable is 4%?
Right, does it need to be adjusted
Well, some people say, yeah, more
Or-
conservative, 3.5%.
just to build in
little safety margin.
safety margin? Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's not just hitting that FIRE number.
No.
It's also about being adaptable.
Yeah, staying flexible.
And knowing how to adjust.
Right, because conditions are going to change.
They are.
And don't forget about diversifications.
Oh, yeah,
A
crucial.
lot of people, they start with index funds.
Right.
But there's other things out there.
Oh, the whole world.
The whole world
Of investments.
Investments, yeah.
You got real estate, you got REITs.
Yeah.
And, even starting your own business can be
Oh, for sure.
an investment in your future.
In your FIRE future.
So let's break those down a little bit.
Right.
Index funds, I think we all kind of know.
Yeah.
Those are great starting points,
They are.
Low fees, broad market exposure.
You get a little bit of everything.
You do. You do
Yeah.
real estate that can provide, passive income through rents.
Yeah.
And you've got the potential for appreciation rates.
Another
Another
way to get involved in
way to get in. Yeah, without having to be a landlord.
without the headaches, yeah.
Exactly. But it's important to really do your research and know what you're getting into
Knows the risks, for sure.
with all of these different investment types.
Yeah, and I think what's cool about FIRE is it encourages that
It does.
that constant,
That constant learning and optimization.
yes.
It's not just like, here's the one-size-fits-all plan.
It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
It is not. It is not.
It takes work.
It does.
It's figuring out what works for you,
Yeah.
for your level of risk.
Your risk tolerance.
Yeah, and what your long-term goals are.
And, you've highlighted some, like, really inspiring examples of people who have achieved FIRE.
Oh, yeah, there's some amazing stories out there.
Like, we talk about Mr. Money Mustache, Pete Adini,
Right.
retired at 30, and then Brandon the Mad Fantasist,
The Met Fiendist, yeah.
reached FIRE in his 30s.
Inspiring stuff.
But their paths were so different.
Oh, yeah, totally different approaches.
So Pete was really all about, simple living,
Yeah,
mindful spending. He biked everywhere.
he did, yeah.
Really focused on reducing those needs.
Exactly. Less stuff, more freedom.
Brandon, on the other hand, he combined aggressive saving with
Strategic cost cutting.
Yeah.
Like, he moved to a place where,
Lower cost of living.
yeah, it was much cheaper to live.
And that highlights the fact that FIRE isn't just about a high income.
No, not at all.
It's about optimizing
Both sides of the equation.
both sides, yeah.
Income and expenses.
Exactly.
Gotta look at both.
And that brings us to the, kind of the three pillars of FIRE: saving aggressively,
Yes.
investing wisely,
Yes.
and potentially boosting that income.
Can't forget about that.
Let's dive into each of those.
Let's do it.
Starting with saving.
Okay, saving.
Now, we know FIRE often involves saving like
Yeah.
50 to 70% of your income.
It sounds scary, right?
It does. It
When you
does.
say it like that,
It sounds pretty extreme.
it does.
Is that even realistic for most people?
I mean, you don't have to do it overnight.
Right.
It's all about incremental progress.
Okay.
You start by analyzing your spending.
So look,
Where's the money going?
yeah, where's it all going?
Yeah.
And then figure out where you can cut back.
Right. Strategically,
Strategy.
without, feeling like you're sacrificing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So where's a good place to start for someone who's just starting out on this FIRE journey?
One of the easiest places is subscriptions.
Oh, yeah.
Those recurring subscriptions.
They get you.
They do, yeah.
All those streaming services?
Do you really need all of them?
Gym memberships?
Are you actually going?
Things like that?
Yeah, I mean, it might not seem like much each month.
Right.
But it really adds up over time.
It does. It does. And then there's the food budget.
Oh, the food budget.
Which I think, a lot of us struggle with.
It's so easy to overspend.
It is. It is.
At the grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
Just get takeout.
What convenience.
Because it's so easy.
It is easy, but it's
That's
expensive.
It is expensive.
So meal planning,
Making home.
huge difference.
Can really
Make a big impact.
And, you can have fun with it.
You can.
Try some cheaper recipes,
Yeah.
experiment with new ingredients.
It doesn't have to be boring.
No, not
It
at all.
can actually be a fun challenge in the kitchen.
Fun challenge, yeah.
And let's not forget the power of negotiating.
How do you negotiate?
Rent bills, insurance.
Everything's negotiable.
So many expenses you can
You can, yeah.
negotiate down if
you just ask.
you just ask.
Yeah.
And a lot of us don't.
A lot of people don't, but they're
companies,
often willing to work with you,
They are.
especially if you're a loyal customer.
So be
So
proactive.
be proactive.
Advocate for yourself.
That's right.
Saving is just one piece of the puzzle, though.
It is.
Let's move on to investing wisely.
Okay. Investing, that's where you put that money to work.
Exactly. Make it grow.
Make it grow. Yeah.
We talk about index funds as a good starting point.
Yeah. Great place to start.
But there are so many options.
So many. Yeah.
How do you, navigate all of that and choose
That's the tough part.
the right investments?
Well, you got to understand your risk tolerance.
Okay.
How much risk are you comfortable with?
Yeah.
And your time horizon. How long are you investing for?
How long until you want to reach that
Exactly.
higher goal?
Yeah. And index funds generally,
Lower risk.
they're lower risk, but
Yeah.
might not give you the returns.
If you want to retire super early.
And if you want to retire in like 10 years, yeah,
Right.
real
Or
estate,
higher potential returns.
high returns, but
But more risk.
more risk, and you got to manage it more actively.
So it's about
Finding that balance.
finding that balance. Yeah.
between risk and reward.
And
Yeah.
what aligns with your
What aligns with you?
circumstances. Exactly. And your FIRE timeline.
Yeah, and there are, tools and software programs out there
Oh, there's a ton.
to help you create a plan
Yeah.
based on your specific situation.
And your risk profile.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of help out there.
There is.
Need it?
There is.
No.
Third pillar.
Boosting that income.
Ah, yes. Can't forget about income.
Because while cutting expenses is crucial,
It is.
increasing your earning potential can
Oh, yeah. It can accelerate things.
significantly speed up
Big time. Yeah.
that FIRE journey.
It can.
So many ways to approach this.
So many ways.
Side hustle.
Side hustles are huge right now.
Huge.
It's a great way to
Yeah.
use your skills, do something you enjoy,
And make some extra money.
and make some extra cash.
From freelance writing, web design,
Yeah.
tutoring, online tutoring,
Virtual assistant
virtual
workers.
options.
Gig economy is
Booming.
It is.
And for folks who are working full-time already,
Right?
don't underestimate the power of negotiating a raise.
A raise.
Or exploring opportunities
For advancement.
within your current company.
Yeah, sometimes the biggest boost comes from
Yeah.
just asking for more.
Leveraging what you already know.
Exactly. And who you know.
And if you're feeling really ambitious, starting your own business
Oh, yeah.
can be incredibly rewarding.
Both, personally and financially.
Financially, yeah.
So the key here is
Be proactive. Be
Yeah.
proactive.
don't wait for opportunities to come to you.
Yeah.
Go out and find them.
So we covered the three pillars.
The three pillars.
Saving, investing, boosting your income.
We've laid the foundation.
But I'm curious,
Yeah.
what are some common pitfalls
Oh, pitfalls.
that people might face?
Well, one of the biggest ones
Yeah.
is lifestyle inflation.
Oh, lifestyle inflation.
As you start earning more,
Yeah.
you want to spend more.
Yeah.
Bigger house, fancier car.
The nicer vacations.
It's tempting,
It is. It is.
but that can eat away at your savings rate.
It can. It
Mhm.
can, and derail your progress.
Derail all that progress you've made, yeah.
So it's like running on a treadmill.
Yeah, exactly.
Your income goes up, but your expenses go up.
And you're not getting any closer.
And you never quite reach that finish line.
Exactly.
Yeah. So being mindful
Mindful spending.
of your spending
Yeah, and resisting those urges.
to constantly upgrade.
Yeah, you don't always need the latest and greatest.
Another pitfall, I think, is getting caught up in market hype
Oh, yeah, FOMO.
or panicking when the market takes a dip.
Yeah, emotional investing.
Emotional investing.
That could be dangerous.
It can.
Lead to impulsive decisions.
That can hurt you in the long run.
Exactly, yeah.
So have a solid plan.
Have a plan,
Stick to it,
even when things get bumpy.
even when things get bumpy. Yeah.
FIRE is a marathon, not a sprint.
It is. It is.
It takes time to build wealth.
And that's hard for a lot of us who,
It is.
we live in this instant gratification world.
Okay, well, I want it all now.
But patience
Patience is key.
and discipline are
Discipline,
crucial for FIRE.
for sure. And don't underestimate the power of community.
Oh, community.
Having people around you
Yeah.
who get it,
Who
who
understand.
understand,
Connect with other FIRE enthusiasts.
online or in person.
That can really
It makes a difference.
make a difference.
It does. The FIRE community.
So supportive.
It is.
People are willing to share
Yeah.
their experiences, their advice.
Yeah.
Celebrate your successes.
It's like having a cheerleading squad and a brain trust.
both.
All rolled into one.
Exactly, yeah.
So I think we've covered
A lot of ground.
a lot of ground in this first part.
The basics, the foundation.
We explored the philosophy,
The why.
behind FIRE,
Yeah.
delved into the 3 pillars,
Saving, investing, income.
and even touched on some common pitfalls, some of those bumps in the road.
But we're just getting started.
And we're just getting warmed up.
Stay tuned for part 2.
Part 2.
Where we're going to take a closer look at specific investment strategies.
Yes, the
The
nitty-gritty
emotional
and psychological
mindset.
aspects of this FIRE journey.
It's not just about the numbers.
It is not.
It's about you.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to our deep dive into FIRE.
FIRE part 2.
In part 1, we really laid the groundwork.
We did the foundation.
We explored the core concepts,
the 4% rule.
the 4% rule, those 3 key pillars.
Saving, investing.
Saving, investing, boosting your income.
And of course, we talked about the pitfalls.
We did. Some of the common pitfalls like lifestyle inflation,
Oh, yeah. And emotional investing.
emotional investing, getting caught up in that hype.
It's easy to do.
It is. But we also looked at the power of community.
Finding your tribe.
Finding your tribe. Finding those people who get it.
Who understand what you're trying to achieve.
Exactly.
But now I really want to dig into the emotional and psychological side of this.
Okay, yeah, the mindset.
The mindset. Because it's one thing to,
To crunch the number.
crunch the numbers, build a spreadsheet.
Yeah, have the perfect plan.
But it's another thing
to actually live it.
to live it, to embody it.
Exactly.
So let's talk about some of those mindset shifts
Okay.
and those emotional challenges.
Yeah,
The feels that come with pursuing FIRE.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest hurdles for a lot of people is delaying gratification.
Oh, that's a tough one.
It is, because FIRE is all about,
Long-term vision,
making choices that,
prioritizing the future,
the long game, right?
the long game.
Instead of that immediate satisfaction.
That might mean saying no
Yeah, saying no
to
to
a fancy vacation.
that new car
Or that new car, yeah.
so you can invest that money instead.
Like choosing future freedom.
Future freedom over present
That's
indulgence.
a trade-off. It is. It is.
And for someone who's used to,
Instant gratification.
instant gratification,
That's a big adjustment.
it is. Take some practice.
It does.
Cultivating that patience and discipline.
And I think it's also about reframing your definition of reward.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
Instead of finding joy in
Material
possessions, you start finding it in experiences.
experiences personal growth.
Knowing you're building a secure future,
Exactly.
that's a reward in itself.
And you might even find that those simpler
the
pleasures
simple things,
become more meaningful
they do. They really do.
when you're not constantly chasing the next big thing,
The next big
the
thing.
next dopamine hit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Another challenge, I think, is social pressure.
Oh, social pressure. That's a big one.
We live in a society that equates
Success with stuff.
success with stuff.
Yeah, with the big house, the fancy car.
The fancy car, the designer clothes.
Yeah, and you might get
the judgment.
judgment, from friends and family.
Who don't quite
understand
the FIRE goal.
Yeah, they think you're crazy.
They're like, why are you being so cheap?
What are you doing?
It's like you're opting out of the keeping up with the Joneses game.
You are.
And that can be really hard.
It is.
Especially if your social circle is very consumerism driven.
Very much so, yeah.
So how do you deal with that?
Well, I think the most important thing is to remember that your financial journey
Yeah,
is personal.
it is.
You don't have to justify your choices to anyone.
Exactly. You don't owe anyone an explanation.
No, you do what's right for you.
And, going back to finding your tribe,
Finding your people
finding those people
who get it,
who get it, who support your fire aspirations,
support you.
that can make a huge difference
It can.
because you have that built-in understanding.
Yeah, that shared vision.
And you don't have to constantly be defending your choices. You can
Yeah.
just be yourself.
Yeah, be authentic.
And speaking of, staying the course,
Okay.
what about those moments of doubt?
Oh, the doubt creeps in.
Market takes it.
Yeah.
You have a big unexpected expense.
Life happens.
Life happens, and suddenly that fire dream feels miles away.
It does.
So how do you deal with those setbacks and stay motivated?
Well, it's important to remember fire is a journey,
It is. It's not
not a destination.
a destination.
There will be bumps in the road,
Bumps, detours.
unexpected turns.
The key is
To have a plan, to stay flexible.
stay flexible, adjust as needed.
Exactly.
So don't throw in the towel
No.
at the first sign of trouble.
Don't panic.
Remember why you started this journey in the first place.
Your why.
That's what keeps you going.
And focus on that long-term vision.
The big picture.
And don't be afraid to ask for help.
Oh, yeah, asking for help is a strength.
There are so many resources available.
There are, online communities.
Online community.
Financial advisors, even therapists.
Yeah, therapists who specialize in financial well-being.
That's a thing.
It's a growing field
Because
money is so tied to our emotions.
it is.
So don't struggle alone.
Reach out, connect with others
Exactly.
who can support you.
There's a whole community out there.
And that's, I think, such an important point, that fire isn't just about
The numbers.
numbers and spreadsheets.
It's about you.
It's about your mental,
Mental and emotional well-being.
emotional well-being, your whole self.
It's holistic.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about the different flavors of fire.
Okay, the flavors,
Because it's not one size fits all.
it's a buffet.
It's a buffet of fire options.
Yeah, you get to choose
So you've got lean fire,
clean fire. Yeah, that's all about
extreme frugality,
super frugality. Yeah, keeping expenses low.
and a lower fire number.
So you can reach financial independence faster.
Faster, that's the key.
Yeah, get there quicker.
Then you've got fat fire.
Fat fire, the opposite end of the spectrum.
The opposite end, yeah.
That's aiming
For luxurious early retirement.
yeah, more travel, more fancy dinners.
So you're going to need a higher savings rate
You need to save more, yeah.
and a bigger nest egg.
A bigger nest egg, definitely.
So lean fire might appeal to those who are,
Okay, with a minimalist lifestyle.
yeah, more minimalist.
And they want to escape the 9 to 5 as soon as possible.
They want out.
They're done.
They're done.
Yeah.
Fat fire, on the other hand,
Fat fire's for those
who
who,
want to maintain a higher level of spending
yeah, maybe enjoy some luxury travel.
or have those expensive hobbies.
Exactly, yeah.
And then there's a whole spectrum in between.
Whole spectrum, yeah.
Like, barista fire,
Barista fire, yeah, that's where you
work part-time,
work a little bit, yeah,
maybe to cover some expenses.
or pursue a passion project.
Yeah, do something you enjoy.
Yeah, something that brings you joy.
Then there's coast fire.
Coast fire, that's when
You've reached that point where your investments
are going to carry you
are going to carry you to your fire number.
without needing to save as much.
So you can kind of ease up on the gas pedal.
Cruise control,
Cruise control. So
Yeah.
much of fire is about
customization,
customization.
finding what works for you,
What aligns with your values.
your values, your vision.
Your vision of a fulfilling life.
Exactly, it's about
Designing your own path.
designing your own path to freedom.
And that's empowering.
It's incredibly empowering.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked a lot about the benefits of fire.
We have.
But let's also acknowledge it's not for everyone.
No, it's not a magic bullet.
It requires
certain level of dedication,
dedication,
discipline, and
a
frankly,
willingness to go against the grain.
to be a little bit different.
Yeah, to challenge those societal norms.
And some people, they find immense satisfaction in their career.
They do. They love what they do.
They love what they do, and they wouldn't dream of retiring early.
Exactly. And that's totally fine.
It is.
Fire is not a judgment.
No, it's not right or wrong way to live.
It's simply a different approach.
A different approach to work and finances.
It's about having the freedom
the freedom to choose.
how you spend your time and energy.
Exactly.
Whether that's pursuing a passion project,
Traveling the world.
volunteering in your community.
Spending time with loved ones.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's about having those options.
Oh, options. That's the key.
That's the freedom that fire offers.
That's what makes it so appealing.
For sure.
Now, let's get practical.
Okay, practical tips.
For those who are intrigued by fire,
Yeah, they're like, okay, I'm in. What do I do?
where do they go to learn more?
Oh, there are so many resources out there.
So many.
Yeah, blogs like Mr. Money Mustache,
The OG, the original.
The Mad Fientist, the full of
Practical tips, inspiring stories.
tons of information. Yeah.
And online communities.
Oh, the online communities are amazing.
Like the Art Financial Independence subreddit.
That's a great one.
That's a great one, yeah.
You can connect with other fire enthusiasts,
Ask questions.
get support.
Get support, yeah.
Yeah.
And don't forget about books.
Oh, the books. So many good books.
There are so many great books.
Your Money or Your Life.
Classic.
The Simple Path to Wealth.
Great reads.
Yeah, those are classics for a reason.
They are.
And if you want a more personalized approach,
Okay.
working with a financial advisor
A financial advisor.
who specializes in fire,
They can really
they can guide you.
guide you. Yeah.
Create a plan for your specific situation.
A tailored plan.
Tailored plan, yeah.
So there's a resource out there.
For everyone.
For everyone.
No matter your learning file.
No matter how much you know.
Or how little you know.
Exactly.
The key is to take that first step.
Just start
researching.
Start exploring.
Start envisioning your fire.
Your fire future.
Exact.
Now, for those who are already deep in the fire community,
Okay, the fire veterans.
they might be wondering about, those more advanced strategies.
Advanced strategies, yeah, how to level up.
How to level up.
Exactly.
We've covered the basics of saving and investing.
The foundation.
But there's a whole world of advanced techniques out there.
Oh, yeah. There's always more to learn.
That can really supercharge that fire journey.
Supercharge it, yeah.
And that's what we're going to be diving into.
And the final part.
In the final part of our deep dive.
Part 3, get ready.
Get ready to level up your fire knowledge.
Level up.
Because we're going to be exploring
Tax optimization.
Tax optimization.
Allocation.
Asset allocation, and even alternative investments.
Fun stuff.
Beyond index funds and real estate.
It's going to be good.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to the final part of our fire deep dive.
We've made it. The grand finale.
We have. We've come a long way.
We have.
From the philosophy of fire.
The why.
To practical trips on saving, investing, boosting your income.
We even talked about the emotional side of things.
We did. All those mindset shifts and the challenges that come with pursuing fire.
Yeah, and the fact that it's not for everyone.
It's not a one-size-fits-all.
Not at all.
But now it's time to really get into those
advanced strategies.
Nitty-gritty. That can optimize your fire journey.
Take it to the next level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of our listeners.
Our saggy listeners.
They're familiar with basic investment principles.
They know the basics.
So let's go beyond index funds.
Let's do it.
And talk about some more sophisticated techniques.
Okay, I like it.
For maximizing returns and minimizing those taxes.
Oh, yeah. Taxes. Can't forget about taxes.
Can't forget about taxes.
That's one of the most powerful tools, I think, in your fire arsenal.
It is.
Tax optimization.
Tax optimization, it's not just about how much you earn.
No.
It's about
how much you keep.
How much you keep.
After those taxes take their bite.
Exactly, because every dollar you save on taxes.
That's another dollar you can invest.
Is another dollar that's working towards your fire goals.
Exactly.
So what are some key tax optimization strategies for our fire seekers out there?
Well, I'm sure most people are familiar with the traditional 401ks and IRAs.
The basics.
The basics.
Yeah. But for those who are really looking to, supercharge their tax savings.
Okay, supercharge it, yeah.
You might consider Roth accounts.
Roth accounts, those are a good one.
So for those who might not be as familiar, what's the key difference between a Roth and a traditional retirement account?
Okay, so with a traditional account, you contribute pre-tax dollars, which reduces your taxable income now.
Right.
But you pay taxes when you withdraw that money in retirement.
Okay.
With a Roth,
okay,
you contribute after-tax dollars.
Okay.
But your withdrawals in retirement are tax-free.
Oh, okay. So which one is better for fire?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
It is. It is.
And unfortunately,
there's no easy answer.
There's no easy answer.
It depends.
It depends, yeah.
On your individual circumstances.
Your situation.
And your expected tax bracket in retirement.
Yeah, if you think you're going to be in a higher tax bracket later on, Roth could be a really good choice.
Makes sense. Are there any other tax-advantaged accounts that we should be aware of?
Oh, yeah, HSAs, health savings accounts.
Okay.
Those are often overlooked.
Overlooked, yeah.
But they offer a triple tax advantage.
Triple tax advantage?
Yeah, contributions are tax deductible.
Okay.
The earnings grow tax-free.
Okay.
And withdrawals for qualified medical expenses are also tax-free.
So it's like a trifecta.
Trifecta, yeah.
Of tax savings.
Tax savings.
But what if you've maxed out all of those tax-advantaged options?
Okay, yeah, what then?
Are there other strategies for minimizing your tax burden?
Absolutely. Tax loss harvesting is a good one.
Tax loss harvesting?
Yeah, and that can be used in taxable brokerage accounts.
Okay.
Basically, you're selling investments that have lost value.
Okay.
To offset capital gains, which reduces your overall tax liability.
So you're strategically using those losses to your advantage.
Exactly. Turning lemons into lemonade.
I like it.
Yeah.
And for those with significant investment income, there are things like, incorporating your side hustle.
Okay, you're getting a little more complex.
Owning an LLC.
Yeah, those can offer additional tax benefits.
But it sounds like this is a complex topic.
Tax optimization, it's a beast.
It is. It is.
Lots of nuances, yeah.
So it's always a good idea to consult with
the professional.
A qualified tax professional.
Yeah, somebody who knows their stuff.
To make sure you're doing it right.
Exactly.
Now, let's move on to asset allocation.
Asset allocation, okay.
This is another crucial aspect of building that FIRE portfolio.
It's how you spread your money around.
It is. It's how you divide your investments among different asset classes.
Stocks, bonds, real estate.
Real estate, maybe some alternative investments like
precious metals, even cryptocurrencies. Some people dabble in that.
Some people do, some people do.
Yeah.
And the idea is
diversification.
You're reducing your overall risk.
Exactly. Not putting all your eggs in one basket.
And potentially enhancing those returns.
That's the goal?
That's the goal. So what's a good asset allocation for FIRE?
Well, the age-old question, right?
It is. It is.
And again, no one-size-fits-all answer.
Of course, it depends.
Depends on your risk tolerance, your time horizon.
Financial goals.
Yeah, how much risk are you comfortable with?
But a common starting point is the rule of 100.
The rule of 100, I love that one.
Can you explain how that works?
Sure. You take 100, subtract your age.
Okay.
And that's the percentage you should allocate to stocks.
Okay.
The rest goes to bonds.
So if you're 30 years old.
70% stocks, 30% bonds.
Easy peasy.
Easy. Yeah, that's just a starting point, though.
Of course.
You adjust based on your situation.
And there are tools out there, software programs.
Oh, yeah, robo-advisors, all sorts of things.
That can help you.
A custom plan.
A custom plan, yeah.
Based on your risk profile, your goals.
Exactly, so you don't have to go it alone.
Nope, lots of help out there.
Now, for those who are already familiar with the traditional asset classes, you might be interested in exploring alternative investments.
That's where things get exciting.
So these can include things like
real estate, precious metals, commodities.
Private equity, even hedge funds.
For the really adventurous, yeah.
So these can offer diversification benefits and
the potential for higher returns.
But
there's always
higher risk, less liquidity.
So do your research. Know what you're getting into.
Exactly.
Before diving into those alternative investments.
Don't jump in head first.
And generally speaking, probably a good idea to keep those to a smaller portion of your portfolio.
Yeah, just little slices of the pie.
This has been, wow.
A whirlwind.
A whirlwind tour of advanced FIRE strategies. We covered a lot.
We did, from tax optimization.
Asset allocation.
Alternative investments.
We went deep.
We did.
We did.
But I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
Okay, a parting thought.
Remember, FIRE is not just about reaching a financial destination.
No.
It's about the journey.
The process.
Making conscious choices.
Aligning your spending with your values.
Designing a life that brings you joy and fulfillment.
It's about freedom, ultimately.
It is. It's about freedom. Yeah. So whether you're just starting out on this FIRE journey.
Just dipping your toes in.
Oh, you're already well on your way.
A seasoned pro.
Remember, it's about more than just the money.
So much more.
It's about living a life of purpose.
Intention and
abundance.
I like that.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into FIRE.
It's been a pleasure.
May your path be filled with financial freedom
and boundless possibilities.
Until next time.